Geek Citadel.
We will hunt every single one of you sons of bitches down!
You think America can't find you?
No need, General. We're coming to America.
As a soldier, you're in charge of protecting the country from unforeseen danger. But who protects you? A terrorist group has compromised the military, and they are using blacklisted soldiers to commit horrific terrorist acts on America. Sam Fisher heads up the newly formed 4th Echelon with Grimm's daughter to search for the people responsible for these destructive methods. 4th Echelon must fight against the clock to stop more people from dying and a war from starting. Sam and Grimm search for the terrorist leader from within the flying headquarters, Paladin. They will travel across the world following leads to locate the strikes on soldiers and American citizens. A heavy weave of political intrigue and espionage lies before Sam and his comrades. There are a few new friends on board the Paladin to help with the job. A fresh recruit named Briggs, who Sam takes under his wing as his protege, and a tech genius named Dexter with the sarcasm to match.
The chemical weapons we tracked from London, they're in the States.
Charlie, that's a good thing. Means our plan's working.
Man, I'd hate to see what your definition of bad is.
The group slowly grows with each other as they try to catch an intelligent and unpredictable enemy willing to do anything. Sam Fisher's repertoire of moves will feel instantly familiar to anyone that has had hands-on with conviction. The climbing system is much smoother, but combat itself is relatively the same. The AI and stages have gone through a much-needed advancement to compete with the dangerous agent. The enemy has a higher chance of detecting Sam Fisher no matter how cloaked he is. Unlike other stealth games or previous titles in the series, just sitting in the darkness and range of henchmen is not an effective means of hiding. Opponents are also prone to investigating the slightest mistakes from Sam. If he leaves a door open that was closed earlier, they'll start to investigate who or what opened it. If Sam takes an enemy down right behind another, it is highly likely the other person will hear the sounds of struggle and get involved. It's changes like these that will have players exploring the various ways to traverse each stage. There are many options for staying out of sight and stalking your enemies. If a guard discovers you, it's probably because you didn't explore every escape route. The gadgets that we all ignored are now a necessity in the harsh world of Blacklist. Flashbangs, sleeping gas, and the like are going to become major parts of your life. Single player is a little more forgiving, but once you have jumped headlong into the cooperative modes, you're going to need every gadget possible. Slinking up on terrorists and cracking their necks isn't conceivable after the heat turns up. Each of Sam's co-workers on the Paladin has their own dedicated missions for Sam to undertake. The gun smuggler Coben tasks Sam with taking down drug runners and gun rings. His missions may be the easiest of the bunch, allowing players to stealth or go gung-ho with the chance of reinforcements. Grimm's missions are a lot more constrained than what Sam and Briggs can do. There are 3 objectives for the agents to take down, and if one enemy spots them, the entire mission is scrubbed, and it's back to square one. Dexter's missions require the player to fight off 20 waves of enemies with a chance to extract or stay in the fight every 5. Each wave becomes increasingly more difficult, and by that, I mean mouse bombs, dogs, and crazy heavy armored adversaries with shields. Each of these missions requires solo or cooperative play, but the Briggs missions require 2 players and act as a side campaign to the main storyline. Anything goes in Briggs missions, and they require a lot more teamwork influenced gameplay to succeed. Luckily, Sam can upgrade the Paladin to suit his excessive need for high-tech gadgets and lethal weaponry. Each path will unlock special resources for Sam and Briggs to use during missions, from enhanced radar sight to brand new experimental gadgets for field operations. This is the first time that Sam Fisher has been able to customize his fighting options in the Splinter Cell titles. Stealth has always been the mainstay of gameplay in Splinter Cell, but now players can choose to go all out and shoot up enemies at will. This may sound like the depth of a game about stealth operations, but the constant change of pace during cooperative missions is a welcome addition. Blacklist does little to separate itself from the visuals of Conviction. There are little touches like enhanced lighting and a lot more explosions and enemies on screen to make up for it. The sound design is a major focus with the sound of ticking bombs, dogs, and a new voice for Sam Fisher. We'll all miss Michael Ironside, but Eric Johnson fits the role well enough.
Any update from your contact?
Negative.
Militia's everywhere, Sam.
Told you this would get messy.
He sounds like a younger version of Sam in an older body, but that may be the best fit for the character, since Sam is oddly fit for a man that should be well into his 50s. Michael Ironside's bass-filled voice usually drowned out the rest of the cast with his portrayal of Sam. but Eric's softer cadence allows the other characters to stand out more.
Who is Andre Coben?
Andre Coben pretended to kill my daughter to give someone leverage over me.
Whoa. How is he even still alive?
Good question.
Blacklist has my praise for being an entertaining stealth title, but the cooperative modes have some awful bugs that can derail a long mission. I'm talking wacky stuff like getting stuck in revives or the game crashing after a mission for no reason at all. It's a black mark on an otherwise exciting title, but it should be mentioned nonetheless. Sam Fisher is back and more badass than he has been in years. I love Conviction, but I thought it was a little too easy. Blacklist fixes all these problems by adding in higher difficulty settings that increase the stealth side of enemies. It also brings back the much loved spies and mercenaries, and keeps the player engaged by rewarding them constantly through challenges. Splinter Cell Blacklist receives 4 stars out of 5 from Geek Citadel. The loss of Michael Ironside as Sam Fisher doesn't affect the fun factor of this outstanding stealth title.
Piece of cake. Oh shit, Charlie. I think I pulled a red wire. Is that bad?
Whoa, what? No, yes, get out of there!
Gotcha.
Asshole.